The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, it's me, Drew Opwalo, host of the Comment Section Show. Come join me and one of my iconic special guests every week on the show as we dive into the dreaded comment sections of our tagged videos and take down the most terrible men on the internet, period. Somehow, they won't go away no matter what I do, no matter how incredibly awful and mean I am to them, but I don't mind doing this work. In fact, if I'm being honest, I think it's God's work. So make sure y'all follow me on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts for new episodes every Wednesday.
Hang on from where I'm sitting.
Okay. Welcome along to The Real Pod. This is your reality TV recap in real life in New Zealand podcast, and we're self-isolating on the internet with all of you guys.
We're actually breaking rules, I think. Because
These microphones are not okay, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to turn my... That's sorted now. I just turned the...
Have you turned it? Yeah.
I'm not 100% convinced
that should be changed every time.
I'm not 100% convinced that we've got a gathering of more than 250 people, so we might be okay.
No, but you're supposed to be more than 6 feet apart at all times.
Oh.
Yeah, which you're okay, but...
I'm fine. I'm in the garage on my own.
So we're not okay.
The studio.
Hey, I'm Jane Yee, and I'm joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve of the Spin-off. And they're drinking. They're drinking some ice cold fizz.
Oh my God. There was coronavirus in action. A lot of taurine just splattered on the mic.
That's like a disinfectant, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, absolutely.
Or will it
don't
make
buy
the
Genola, just buy Red Bull.
And give it wings and it'll fly into your mouth.
Only one way to find out. You can't catch it through the real pod. We've had the test done.
We had the test done. We're all fine. So don't even worry about it. Just sit back, relax, have a lovely Nando's. Thank you very much, Nando's, for sponsoring our podcast. And we're really in the last weeks of school, guys, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because the pod, for those of you who are new here, wow, you're not going to get much of it because there's only a few weeks left. We're shutting shit down.
But you've got a rich back catalogue. I like it.
Go back to the fantasy suite, as it were.
People do that.
They do, and that's scary to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what we were saying in 2015, but I'm sure it wasn't good.
It wasn't. It really wasn't good. I'm certain of that. Every now and again, a corny goes back and watches something, and they're like, "I'm gonna watch the old season of Batch or Housewives, and I'm gonna listen along." And they go, "Cool," and then they say nothing more, and it's like, I know why you're not saying anything. Because we said bad things.
Let's look forwards into the bright and rosy future we all have.
Yeah.
Okay. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Pod Pod. Probably just shut the Real Pod Pod page down, put it to sleep for a while, but the corner will forever go strong. Forever and ever and amen. That's still cranking. So that's our private Facebook group, getting new people entering by the day.
They're flooding in. And we're on Instagram at The Real Pod Pod. And I think that's all the housework. That is all the housework.
All the wiping down with disinfectant that needs doing. Okay, should we get on with the show? Let's do it.
I have 4 weeks to decide if I'm going to drop my entire life in.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is fine.
Reality check.
How funny, by the way, to compare. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm fine.
Everyone just all talk over each other. This
is just how we do it. But just in that sting, how did you just fart was like halted the nation, maybe the globe, and now it's like week in, week out, you can't move for farts on the Bachelorette.
No, you can't.
It's just like
it was sort of a what do they call it? Like a foreshadowing.
Or is it like it shows like the social decay? You know, like how transgressive everyone's become. That what we used to have manners and like all these structures that kept us in our lanes, and now people just fart anywhere.
Yeah, and look where it's got us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
easy on that.
Probably need to get a scientist looking into that theory.
Before we dive into the Bachelorette NZ, which I feel like I watched so long ago I can barely remember because I watched Screeners a tiny bit earlier than it aired, and we're recording the podcast late, so I feel like it was 10 ago. But what is on my mind, and I can't get it out of my mind at the moment, is the finale of the Bachelor US. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the ripple effects of this, but it was like a very dull season up until the last 2 episodes, and then it was nuts. I know there are a lot of cornies who have been on board with it, and so I just want to acknowledge it's probably like the second biggest news after the coronavirus here in the US.
What happened? Give us a recap.
Okay. Very briefly, whole season, a lot of tears, a lot of drama, just the usual. Peter the Bachelor he was very bad at making decisions. He seemed to like girls who cried, and anyone who had a good head on their shoulders got sent away. He made poor decisions the whole way through, right to the very end. There was a girl who was very religious. She didn't want him getting busy in the fantasy suite, but he did so anyway. And at which point they got down to final 2, and she was kind of like, I don't know if I can marry you after I told you I kind of really am not comfortable with you doing that. And then so she took herself out of the race. He was heartbroken but still proposed to the other girl, then broke up with her and tried to get back together with the first girl. The whole time, his mother is an absolute raving lunatic, emotionally manipulating him into going with the girl that he originally got engaged to. Up until the point that after the final rose special, which is live, she's absolutely paying him out, and the girl that he's now likes, she's like, I don't like you. You're a bad match. You're terrible, and just like throwing down in the craziest way.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
That sounds crazy. Could you think you could jump in for the last 2 eps? And
You should absolutely jump in. Absolutely jump in for the last 2 eps. It's just like incredible television.
I want to do that.
Please do.
Can we just?
And that's it. That's all. But now we'll just return to Argentina.
Well, should we talk about the real news? The Scrabble news?
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't want to do
save
Duncan.
Let's save that for later. I feel like people are not here
Scrabble
for that.
freaks, stay tuned.
Look, we'll just tease it by saying that Kathy Casey, who's been sort of publicly trolling me on all social media formats for feels like years, finally got her wish of a Scrabble matchup with me. We played under competitive rules with an international referee, and it was freaking intense, and I will recap it at the end of this podcast.
I've seen the pictures online.
She chucked a fucking filter over one of them.
She did.
Made it look like an illustration. Like an old
I
school,
was like,
MacBook,
whoa, is this? I thought it was a link to a spin-off article for a moment.
It's so good.
All right.
Okay. Batch NZ, or Batch Argentina, because it feels like that's where they all live now. They live in a lovely farm in Argentina, and they're partaking. We kicked off the week by partaking in a gratitude circle, which was honestly a head lice nightmare. They're all laying down, heads together in a circle.
No gratitude circles anymore.
Yeah.
No way.
What's Liam gonna do? Huh?
Just he's yeah, we'll get to Liam. Boy, oh boy, what a week. So anyway, all very nice. All very nice. They talk, I don't know, about all the things they're grateful. I can't remember. Like, I'm not even going to pretend. I can't remember a thing that happened.
Like, some people were like, I'm really grateful for the boys. I'm really grateful to be opening up. Love my family. It was like quite deep shit. And then Elliot was just like, I'm grateful for a delightful pool.
Oh, true though.
Yeah. I mean, it's right there. Aaron was grateful for the love of a dog. I don't know why I remember all these so vividly.
You really do. I don't remember a single thing except for the image of them all like with their heads together.
It's really sweet. I really, really enjoy those.
It's so like literally everyone's there for the bro hangs except for Aaron.
Well,
and maybe little Mike B. Should we just talk about the synchronised swimming as its own topic?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
a really fun moment of television. There was who were the it doesn't even matter what the other
It
teams
doesn't
were. We
matter.
should just
Let's just talk
we
about
just
the
talk
wanger.
about
It's just about
the wanger.
And the wanger grab.
Logan's interaction with. He thought it was a finger.
I just don't buy that. Like,
I mean, okay, you're underwater. It is your vision's fuzzy. Your arms are flailing. You've got a routine that no one really remembers at all. But also, I mean, I can definitely see how a wanger grab might happen accidentally. But I don't think he was reaching for a finger, because at no point were they like, okay, and at this point you grab my finger. Like that was never part of the routine. I think he just accidentally grabbed the sausage.
The kumara.
It's so good. It was so unexpected coming from Michael, and like in the spirit of his he's really making an effort to put himself out there. I just love him as a character. Like, he's gone from being like this kind of comic relief person to one of my favorite New Zealand reality characters ever, I reckon.
Yeah. He's great.
And Lucina liked the size of his talent.
Yeah.
She said.
Lucina, that is probably my favorite thing about Lucina as well. It's just how much she loves looking at dick.
She's seen so much.
Yeah.
She's seen everything.
Penis.
She has seen everything. Okay.
Mind you, she's a doctor, right?
I'm worried about Lucina getting coronavirus.
Because of all the
hospitals.
Oh.
I just hope she's protected.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
Surely she's not doing much doctoring at the moment.
She's doing a lot of doctoring.
Is she?
Hang on. She's doing... I
on
saw something...
locums.
What?
Okay. First of all, I thought she was ear, nose and throat. And now I saw something she was saying, like, where she was on her Instagram, she was saying about she's doing like plastic surgery at the moment. And I feel like, are you Dr. Warner? Are you the doctor of all all disciplines?
So she's like
can you do that?
Like an MMA fighter, but doctor version.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my God, Chris Warner and Lucina, imagine. Dr. Lucina.
She's got to get a guest spot on Shorty.
She's got to get on guest spot on Shortland Street. She's got actress. She's got actress in her bio.
Same channel. This is a screw up. I'm angry. I'm like angry at this bad promo.
Oh my God, so bad.
Like, seriously, it's a lead-in show, and she's a freaking doctor. Like, someone needs to lose their job. Like, I don't care who, but symbolically, like, there should be someone taken out in front of TVNZ and not allowed to work there anymore, because that's not okay.
You know who else should lose their jobs? All of us. I mean, we are, so it's great, but we should, for not thinking of this earlier as well.
Yeah.
True.
But no one else has. Like, this
this
should be like, obviously there's coronavirus, but at least A3 of the Herald, that one of probably the single best free cross-promotional activity, which is all media knows how to do anymore.
She's an actress.
She's an actress.
She could also be their medical advisor. Like, save money.
Save money.
She can be an actress on the show and
Save
be a medical
money
advisor.
is the media's whole job right now. It's all we
Exactly.
think about.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Anyway, that was a bit of fun. That felt like a proper good Bachelor moment when they did the synchronised swimming challenge.
Yeah.
I can't remember who won time. Michael must have won time because of his talent, right?
Lucina took Michael, Lily took Elliot, which was just like snooze.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Elliot,
yeah.
she just keeps going back to that dry well. It's very, very, it's
Dry.
bizarre.
It's as dry as Logan's kisses.
Yeah.
Elliot's basically just, he's just off on his own doing kind of Elliot stuff, like his whole horse riding bit. And you're just like, well, this would work if you were a bit more entertaining, but you're not. And I don't know why we're sort of indulging, Yeah.
I think it's quite entertaining. I don't mind. I like his little asides. There was a good bit when it cut back to the mansion and they were just eating a crazy looking dinner.
Yeah. You
It was
noted that in your
it looked like
rankings,
chopped
though.
up hash browns and like chicken.
Thought it
I
looked,
mean, yeah.
I thought it looked super young. Like
Yeah.
really,
I mean, not to
proper
go
young.
back to my sort of central thesis, but that to me is not to be televised when you're eating a meal like that. That's like,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. No, that's true.
it's a shame meal.
It's a shame meal. It's you're hungover and you're probably alone or with someone you have a lot of trust with.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a hard disagree on this, Alex. I got to put my foot down. You're already like shamed eggs so badly over a number of podcasts.
More on that coming, actually.
You cannot put more things on the plate here. I think the shaming of that kind of food is something that shouldn't be televised on. It's just it's what keeps it bad, and it's not. Everyone should be free to eat that shit and share that shit, and it needs to be represented. I feel they need to be represented on the television in that way.
So this is a big moment for you.
But I think that you agree. Like, you didn't not want to see that, right?
Oh, and I definitely did not want to not eat that.
Yeah. So, but it's just the dissonance was the fact that it was on the Bachelorette.
It was
This is what makes it our New Zealand Bachelorette.
Yeah, and it speaks to the shonkiness. That's what I mean. I don't mean I'm like, don't do it. I just mean in the genre, in the world, you'd never see bloody Peter, I assume, eating a big plate of brown mush. But it's nice to see. It's Kiwi values. But what I liked about it was that Elliot was like his little aside about being like, I really like it when the chicken nibbles look realistic or something. Like, he just has these little asides about.
But I'm fine with that. I just don't want 5 minutes of Elliot like setting a rabbit trap, you know? Like, I want comic relief, philosophizing in a group setting.
Okay, so chicken nibbles are just the wings split in two, right?
What?
You know the wing? It's got like a little you know the bit that's got two bones, and then there's a little drumstick. That is a chicken. What they?
But that wasn't what they were eating. They were eating like one shaped to be like that.
So were they like nuggets? Does he mean nuggets?
Like those Flintstones chicken nuggets from the 90s.
Okay, so he's conflating nuggets and nibbles. That's what he's doing there. When he said nibbles, he meant nuggets.
Another big story.
Yeah, just oozing out of the pod today. There was a big reveal. Lucina revealed to Michael that she used to be a big D&D player, which I thought was quite
cool.
interesting.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that reveal.
She's a nerd.
Yeah,
she's a nerd.
Yeah, she is absolutely
no
a
right
nerd.
to be, but she is.
Yeah.
And she got there was like a weird backstory that she got kicked out of the D&D club or something, which I was
for
like,
not being cool. What was it? She was not.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not cool enough. I was like, are you?
I feel like it's maybe the other, like too cool. Is that not D&D cool enough? Just
Joe,
too like real world cool.
Did Joe have any commentary on her D&D?
I don't even know if he knows. I don't think I'll get comment. I'll seek comment.
Crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. I just want to say, Alex, again, that I can't see your face, just the wig. When you disappear behind the microphone.
That's good. That's how it should be.
Another bombshell this week was Monica, the housekeeper, fire starter lady. So there was a moment where someone was making cake. Can't remember. It was a bust, but someone was making cake for someone. It was someone's birthday. Whose birthday was it? Lily's birthday.
She had like two birthdays.
A couple of fellas were back at the house and they were like, let's make a cake for her. And in the background, there's someone doing the dishes and cleaning up. And then I was like, huge. Look, there's someone in the house just going around cleaning up behind these guys. Surprised that they've been caught on camera and that's just fine. But then she comes in later and helps them build a fire when they couldn't do it themselves.
Right, yeah.
So I just, once again, time of their lives. They're out of prison now. They're on the outside, and now they've got a Monica cleaning up after them and lighting their fires.
Well, yeah, because when they tried to make a fire, it was a total botch job. It was good the way that she they're sort of the archetypal Kiwi bloke value of being able to make a fire, just completely non-existent and owned by the Argentine housekeeper. Enjoyable television.
Yeah.
Girl on the outside. So that was probably the theme of this week. The girl on the outside. Hit single girl on the outside. So we'll start with our friend Liam, who got eliminated this week. Or how did he put it?
Vetoed from this get-up.
Yep.
Oi, oi. All right, boys.
So how did it go down? He poked the bear. The bear being Aaron. So Aaron was privy to this information that had come via Jesse, that Liam
went from
apparently
went from Jesse to Terence and Quinn to AMOG.
Yeah.
As we know, there's a DMZ between Jesse and AMOG that cannot be breached. So we needed some trusted intermediaries to convey the information.
Yes, yep.
AMOG was losing it. Like, he was in a deep, dark hole. He does some in the moments and like pieces to GoPro that are very like, I'm about to start eating Vaseline.
Yeah.
That bit where he came back and Jessie was like, what's up? And he's like, don't worry, bro. Take care of it. It's all good.
It's all good.
Take care of it.
Drink a beer.
Nah, it's fine. I'm feeling great. Feeling great. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You look like you're about to kill someone.
Not gonna tell you. Not gonna talk about it.
I know.
It was borderline David Brennan. It was quite good. No way, baby.
I'm very worried for if Lucina goes on to pick Aaron and then watches this show back. I just don't think it's going to go well for Aaron in their relationship.
I'm worried about his food tech students watching this man just completely unravel and then show up the next day and be like, all right, nachos.
Okay.
How do you make them?
It's always me. It's always me. Of course it's me. Of course it's me.
Oh, yeah. It's always good. That was crazy.
Had to be me. Had to be me.
Had to be me.
Had to be me.
Had to be me. Had to be me.
Had to be me, right, Terrence? And Terrence is like,
Like, legitimately, if he was your teacher at your local school and your kid was in his class, I would be concerned. Like, is a fragile? Like, he seems like
two words for you: Hayden Daniels.
Hayden,
Also a reality
but
TV
not just,
teacher.
but this is just there's a volatility there. The difference between his like him freaked out and then after he'd made the decision, he hadn't even done anything. He'd found the idea of snitching on Liam and everything was great again. That was buzzy shit.
it was so crazy.
He just thought it would cut down his chances of going home. And he was right, to be fair.
Yeah.
And the girls kind of rated him for it. So what happened? It's so convoluted. Basically, Aaron outed Liam for a kind of comment he made about there was a girl that he had told he was going to Hawaii instead of going on, like the truth being that he was going on the Bachelorette. And that and she was kind of waiting for him. Liam's defense was that he was just playing up to his own ego and didn't want to look like a dick in front of the guys if he volunteered himself out of the house and be like, never mind, got a gal waiting for me anyway. That was kind of the subtitle of it, right?
He did like like a number of different versions of this. Like it seemed to evolve over time. Well, like to the guys initially it was that one that was like a sort of a defense mechanism, which is the best possible reading of it. But when he was confronted with it by Lily, he didn't have time to prep it. It was much more like, oh yeah, there was a girl, but I just ghosted her, basically. Or he didn't use those words, but she did, and that was enough. And then he just copped it the whole way through. And it was only later that he started to kind of introduce these other elements. And I feel like if I had to pick a true version, the one that he told Lily and then did not dispute when she framed it a particular way, that feels the truest to me.
I want to hear from the girl. If you're the girl who thought that Liam was in Hawaii, get in touch.
Big time.
Big time.
One more thing. So
yeah.
After that, Liam goes to announce that he's been vetoed from this Get Up, tells Terrence and AMOG, and when AMOG confesses what he's done, that scene, that should be in the Real Pod Museum as like an art installation.
Yeah.
Yes,
both
agree.
For the abject, like just the dead weight loss on Aaron when he admits it, and sort of and especially because he buys, and of course he does, buys Liam's version of events that it was all just a made up ruse to protect his ego or whatever, and then Aaron is so sorry. Liam is just like, why? Like a little kid who can't understand that there's over unkindness.
Yeah. And Jesse's just like doing capoeira next to them, like ready to fuck. He's ready to fucking go.
It's like the inverse of his "We're going to Argentina" dance.
Yeah. You're a fucking rat, bro. You're a dog. You dog the boys.
But you know what Jesse was upset about? He was upset that like he had been thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much that Liam was leaving the house or anything like that. He was like, well, it's obviously only come from me, and now I look like a dick for having told other people when I wasn't supposed to.
You're a dickhead, bro.
Yeah. You're a rat, bro. Lucida's not going to choose you, bro.
And the bit where,
oh my gosh, Jesse he's wound up very tight over this.
When Aaron was saying it had to be, it kind of reminded me of in the Jinx when he's in the bathroom.
Oh my god!
Yes.
That is a side by side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Liam went home, and that was the only eviction we had all week, which was really it left for just like quite a dud end to this week's events. But anyway.
Can I do
Duncan.
a blind item here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess who don't sue.
Okay.
So I've been given some information about one of the bachelors from this season. I'm just going to tell a little story. I'm not going to reveal their identity.
Okay.
But it's quite it's contra their image on the show. So this person so I heard this story from someone who's like a very good friend of theirs, worked alongside this person at in a sort of a retail type environment. They went away to a conference together. The bachelor was in a long-term relationship at the time, but on the conference made a number of advances towards the colleague, which the colleague didn't enjoy because he was committed or nominally committed at the time. Didn't think much more of it. Gets back to work, and then gets a text from the bachelor inviting them or asking them if they would like to join with him and his partner in a threesome.
Well, my only question is, who is it? And you're not going to tell us.
Can't tell us. I have another one. It's not as scandalous. I know that one of the current bachelors was seen on an Air New Zealand flight with no bags, nothing on him, and handed out the lollies on the flight.
Hang on. When you say nothing on him, do you mean naked? Like, was it Elliot?
Terrence?
He had clothes, but it was Elliot. So it shines through immediately. He had nothing. But, sometimes I feel like men just don't have anything. You know what I mean?
I went to Christchurch. And
that's not right.
But that's the first time I've ever done it, and I felt naked.
Yeah.
It feels so freaking weird to walk onto a plane and not have stuff.
With nothing.
Like, it's just not right. It's terrifying.
It sounds incredibly
I wouldn't do it
liberating.
Again. No.
No?
Well, I mean, it is,
Okay.
but there's like an inverse load that you carry. Like, I just kept wondering where my non-existent stuff was, and what I was going to do when everyone else was getting their stuff,
Right, yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to Elliot, who he had two things that stood out this week. One was his terrible conflict resolution approach. So Lily was asking about what happens if he kind of gets into an argument with a girlfriend or whatever, and he's like, well, I'll just be like, when are you going to get over this? Because I'm going to disappear until you're over this. That was his
that's right.
how he deals with problems. And she didn't think that was the best approach. And also he found love with a horse. That was the only other thing. What's the horse called?
Catalina.
Fell
off Catalina. That could have been
fell off Catalina, but got back on. Got back right back on the horse.
That whole game of polo, I was like shocked. It was like the opposite of the basketball. I was shocked at how good everyone was. That sport looks impossible.
Yeah.
And they kept hitting the ball and
Mike
staying
was
on the
amazing
horses.
at it. He's like, I've never really done this. And I'm like, I feel like you play polo.
He's definitely played
every
polo
day.
before.
Well, he's done like 17 campaigns for Ralph Lauren. Like, come on.
Quinn sat out of the synchronised swimming and was a judge. He was one of the bachelor, like an honorary bachelorette, because of his hand injury. So couldn't dip into the pool, but could jump on a horse and play polo, by the way. So make of that what you will. Michael F., as we know, got nudie, won the synchronised swimming competition time. He's in management and he's dominant. That was the other thing, the big reveal in his chat with Lucina. Got a rose for being so dominant. And he I don't even remember this, but I've got it written down, refers to relationships as a campaign.
Yeah. She might like that from a D&D perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, true. He's very suspicious of Aaron, and he got very sweaty at the polo. That's all I've got.
Fruity, I like how he's increasingly like, you know, why am I here? You know, like I think I think it is like intensely fucked up that they just keep not taking him on dates. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Especially when he's just such a treat on camera.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's that he took a while to warm up, so it was sort of like, oh, he's a dud. But it was like too late. They realised that he was.
But they still have so many opportunities. It's like Mike has been on 3 dates or something in the time. Richie has been on probably 7, and he just has to hang out. Like that's just, you know.
So
I think that's
what traditionally.
Yeah.
Sorry, what traditionally happens in Bachelorette, from what I've observed, is that there is often one who doesn't get a one-on-one date and yet they still manage to make it to the top 5 or 6 or something. And they're like, when am I going to get my time? Like, this is crazy. We've got hometowns next week. I haven't had any one-on-one time with this guy or gal. And then they get that one-on-one time right near the end. And as they're having dinner or whatever, and it's time to give out the rose, the lead then says, you know, you're great and I've had an amazing time with you. And it's just our relationship. I'm just further along with the others than I am with you. So I can't give you this rose. And it's like, well, of course you are, because this is your first time spending time together. It just feels like it's almost just, you know, one of the cogs in the machine that makes it happen. That they always have to have that person that doesn't get the one-on-one time and is complaining about it right to the end.
Well, that's fine. But I like the fact that he's actively noting it rather than just sort of shrugging and accepting it.
He was optimistically like, maybe she's saving me for the overnight.
He didn't believe it. That's how it goes.
I would say that Elliot is there for like comedic relief, and I think that Michael is there for the same role, but he's just too onto it, and it's kind of like, I don't actually want to be your fall guy. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And the answer to that, Michael, is absolutely bloody nothing.
No.
You're a champ.
He's got
great
a lot going for him.
Talent.
Aaron.
Aaron.
I mean,
we've covered Aaron, haven't we? He made that ring. Was that this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ring date? That was weird.
Oh, Aaron.
Oh.
Funny, eh?
Lucina, she must really like him because she lets him get away with a lot, I feel. And she's definitely looking through rose-coloured glasses.
Hey, that's good. He got the chance to. She confronted him at least with like sure seems like a lot of bad stuff happens around you, Aaron. And he gave a very limp excuse. And she was like, okay, well, good, let's have a pash.
Yeah.
Do you know what his excuse was? I've just been in a lot of unlucky situations.
So true.
Oh, the AMOG.
We'll just take a moment to tell you more about the spin-off members, and then we will be right back to break down more fellas in Argentina.
Hello, beloved Corny. I've got some breaking news for you. You may or may not know we've launched the Spin-Off Members program. This is a program that allows you, our readers, to contribute to the future direction of our coverage. If you become a part of our members club, you can support us hiring more journalists. You can tell us what you like, what you don't like about what the Spin-Off's doing, and you can also tell us what you'd like to see in the future. If you want more information on it, you can go to www.thespinoff.co.nz/members.
Hello there, Simon Pound here from another spin-off podcast with a little bit of cross-promo for you. If you might be into the stories of Aotearoa's most interesting entrepreneurs and innovators, you might like to check out Business is Boring, the podcast I host that reckons it's anything but. Recent episodes have included great guests like Tim Brown from Allbirds, Kiri Nathan from her own label, and Brianne West with the amazing story of Effie. If that sounds like a bit of you, it's available through the spin-off or wherever you find your favourite podcasts.
Okay, Richie, holy smoochy lalas.
Oh my God.
All over.
Honestly,
was it
too much?
Yeah.
So much.
Stop it.
You see those people on street corners sometimes having a pash and you're like, gross. And in Argentina, it was Richie and Lily on every corner, next to every cafe,
on
every
steps.
doorway, just pashing a lot.
Yeah.
And then taking a brief moment to go antique shopping and then pashing again.
But I feel like they probably did some in amongst some like steampunk passion.
Yeah.
They were just
I think he did a terrible job in the antique shop.
same lube.
Don't
Come
get
on,
those
mate.
stupid old like vintagey signs. She did something really
So
thoughtful,
bad.
I thought.
Yeah.
She did, and you could even see as they wandered around, there was like quite a lot of stuff he could have chosen from, and instead he gets two of the same thing, both just as bad as each other. Just
Can we get an update on
lame.
how we feel about Richie?
well, I think we should ask you how you feel about Richie.
Well, I've gone back to don't think Richie's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait, what's it been? You
What's
didn't like
changed?
him, then you liked him, and now you're back to.
Well, I didn't like him, and then I was like, "Why don't you like him?" And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, "Well, that's on you." And now I'm back to not liking him.
What I like about Richie is the way that he talks about Lily is like, I don't think any other of the bachelors talk about their love interest the way he talks about Lily. Like he's the kind of girl you want to take over the world with. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Whereas Quinn's just like, Lily's fucking hot.
Yeah.
You know? Which is like, I get it, but he's really, I think he's really taken, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I honestly, I thought he was fine up until the antique shopping. I don't know why that just bothered me so much. I just feel like I expected so much more of him in that environment. I was like, he's going to come with something really cool.
That's the thing. It's set up for him.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of it comes from. Is that like you basically get a challenge that's like set up for you to. Because I agree. I think he really likes Lily. So well, show me, don't tell me. And it was like a cheap joke. And just some tat, like, and she is because she's amazing, and give her more than that.
And I think it was, highlighted how bad it was by how good her present was. Like she took the time to find something. She kind of saw it and was like, this will be perfect. He obviously wears jewelry because she was like, you can have this next to the bed to put your rings in. So she's tapped into something that's specific to him, and also practical. So.
Yeah.
There's nothing, neither practical nor personal about the Superloop sign.
Yeah. It was disappointing for sure. And then he was like picking out his only other version. He was like, does she like motorbikes? And it was just another sign. There was just like a motorbike sign. It was like, why are you so obsessed with these tiny tin signs? Get out.
It would have been a bad idea to get that motorbike sign because that's her thing with Quinn.
True.
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised, but I wish it were different. I'm not surprised that there have been so many dates that literally are just let's check out the city together. I would like to see some more. I never thought I'd want more kind of like wacky dates, but I really enjoyed, say, like the smashing of the old equipment and stuff like that. But they're literally not doing anything on their dates in Argentina.
It's really different because in New Zealand it almost felt like the other way, like they were just doing adventure tourism spots, and not this season, but in prior seasons. And this one, it just feels like they just go for a walk, and then they're like it does feel. Given that the show is like whatever it is, 4 hours a week, it feels like we're entitled to expect a little bit more from the kind of centerpieces of those. But I
agree.
The pleasure of the show comes from the drama and the sort of weird low-key human interaction stuff.
And what you miss is them having to go through something together, like do a bungee jump, like I don't know, or overcome someone's fear that they put on their form. The please never make me do this.
Yes.
And so I think maybe that's why it feels a little slow. Because if you're just sitting drinking a lovely glass of wine, sure.
And you've gone through something. Yeah, it's so true because to those things have the function of like fast forwarding the relationship. I think it's like when Lucina and AMOG went tree climbing together, and AMOG was a bit scared of it. Like at the end of it, they have all that sort of adrenaline, and that kind of fuses with this date, and it's nice. And absent that, it just sort of drifts.
Jessie Jesse had he had a very revealing week this week, I think. He's obviously starting to come apart at the seams in terms of, I feel like he's been trying to present a certain image of himself, but we're starting to see the true Jesse this week. First with his like complete rant about AMOG. He was very distressed about that. Secondly, he's never done the walking thing with a girl.
Yeah.
When he first said that, so he got some time with Lily and they're walking along chatting, maybe holding hands, I don't quite remember. And at first I thought he meant a walk and talk, like on camera, like, I haven't had to do one of these yet. But he actually meant like, I've never just walked around with a girl, right? Because then I think she was like, have you not? And he was like, I have only ever dated someone, and that was for 3 months at camp last year.
Yeah, so is he hard up Christian? Like what's going on there? What's camp?
I don't know. What is camp?
Tell me more about Jesse.
Camp America?
Hang on. He was in Whistler, wasn't he? Wasn't he one of the Whistler ones?
Oh,
so it could have been like a
ski bum.
Yeah. But it was pretty funny because then his other girlfriend he's had was from age 17 to 18, and clearly they just biked everywhere. They certainly never walked. It was just funny. It was just a really funny thing to say.
I did like, there was a little revealing moment that I enjoyed when Jesse was clearly very insecure about his outfit. Do you remember that bit on the GoPro? Because he was like rocking the Hallenstein's fedora. Available on the website, by the way. I've looked for it. And he was like, is this okay, bro? And like showing art. It was quite, I liked that.
And Art said something funny, which was like, have you worn a hat yet? And he was like, nah. And he was like, yeah, it's good. You should do it. So that's obviously the thing is like, if you have anyone who hasn't worn a hat, to the left, please. We need to make sure you're wearing a hat at some point during this season. It's your turn. Again, another extremely terrifying knit situation.
True.
Potentially.
Hat sharing. I don't get out much. I'm going to be honest. These are my confessions. Is this working? Have they made that hat happen out in the wild?
I have heard from people on the outside, my girls on the outside.
The girl on the outside.
That men are wearing hats like crazy at the moment.
Really?
660? Tina was there.
What's the hat situation?
How many hats did you see?
None.
What?
Really? Wasn't alive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nobody eyes.
Yeah. Hard when you got the old eyes closed. I think there was a corny who went to 660 who brought back the news to us that that hat was extremely popular.
That's
okay.
great to
what
hear.
came first though? Were people wearing the hats and the hat was starting to be a thing and that's why AMOG was wearing one? Or has the Bachelorette been the source of the trend? Because I find it hard to believe that AMOG is the source of the trend.
I think it's almost impossible for that to be true. But also, I live in my own reality and choose to believe it so.
Okay.
It's actually a story.
Yeah, it's the made up one.
Terence, we got even more from Terence this week. He opened up about his experience with depression. It was just a really nice, sincere and genuine moment and not something that he'd shared with anyone in his life, which I thought was like, that's huge.
Terence is cool.
A huge thing to do because he knows that they're going to see it on the television. I really like Terence and I'm sad that this, I mean, maybe he will take it out, but I feel like he's probably not going to. But I think the future looks bright for Terence beyond this.
Yeah, he's already won. Like, he's so great, and he does feel
won my
like
heart.
He's like, if you think about the trajectory of him on the show, he seems to be growing, and almost everyone else is coming apart. And I think that there's something in that, you know.
Okay, we have to march on because I've got to go. But two more folks, Logan, crazy old Logan, spontaneous, loves adventure Logan, craziest thing he's ever done. Googled, where do I go paragliding while on holiday in, where was he?
He Googled crazy fun things to do.
Like the Czech
in
Republic.
Budapest.
Budapest. That's
Budapest. Right. And he found a paragliding place and went paragliding.
He paid a professional to take him out and show him how to paraglide.
Guys, you're almost he's getting so owned for this. I think that's pretty hard out.
I have to say, I feel like she minimized it because I think the point of his story was he just like the guy, he found someone, rang them, and they were like, meet me here, and they just picked him up in a car and like drove him up a mountain. It's not like he walked up to a kiosk and booked tickets, you know. So I think the craziness was like carrying on with something that probably wouldn't be like you wouldn't advise someone to do in terms of it not being like
a travel agent, so I guess him going off the books like that is probably fucking
that
mad.
is wacky. Yeah,
that's true.
Who does that?
Like the insurance is a write-off.
Yeah. No one got a margin on that, you know.
And then Mike B, McDreamy. He what was the overnight gag? Oh, he came back and said Terence wasn't coming. Terence was
good gag.
Wasn't coming back. He was going to be staying overnight. And I thought, oh, he does have a sense of humour.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but he certainly gave it a crack.
He kind of delivered it like there was a gun to his head.
Oh, he did.
It's true. Maybe that wasn't his idea. Okay, you got me.
He doesn't.
He's relaxed into being in the whole process now, though, a lot more, I feel. Don't you think?
Well,
like he's much more laddie.
He's not for the boys. He's still like...
He's not for the boys, but he still seems to be like, you know, not as much a fish out of water as he was in previous weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he had that sort of big D&M and Pash, right? That was this week.
Fireside. Revealed himself to be quite jealous.
Yeah. Well, he seems very comfortable with just, in general, like revealing human foibles, because I guess you can when you look like that.
Yeah, so no one's even listening. No one's going to remember.
How many people did you kill?
Yeah.
But that's where all of the sort of I feel like we were waiting for that scene, because up until this point it had all been us like projecting, like surely looking like that with a sort of resume like that they're gonna get somewhere, but they just kept not getting there, and it felt for a while like it just wasn't going to happen, and then it's like finally we saw motion in it, which was good.
There was a good question where she said, where does someone fit into your life? And he just replied, within it.
Oh my God.
But also that's a weird question. I'm sick of those sorts of questions. It's just like...
her interrogation.
You work it out. Like, who cares?
Because it's not a conversation ever. Have you seen a conversation with Lucina? You've seen her interviewing. She's like Barbara Walters, just 60 minutes interrogating you non-stop. It's never
again,
just like
I feel
a buzzy
like
chat.
That's a good crossover opportunity again. 2020 with Lucina.
Yeah.
You know? And that is our podcast for this week. Because I have to go, so I'm just going to wrap that up.
Well, okay. Well, I'll do my Scrabble.
Oh, MAFS.
thing. Oh no!
Oh my God!
MAFS is insane.
MAFS is insane.
Well, do you have to go? Because we could just do MAFS and my Scrabble.
Yeah.
Without you, have you ever done that before? By the way,
no. It feels really weird. I keep thinking I could maybe just push it 5 minutes.
Do it, Duncan.
Like leave.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Get out of here.
Okay. Oh God.
Get out of here.
Well, see, I vote stay. So what are you gonna do? Are you leaving?
What? Oh no, she voted stay. I have to stay, isn't that the rules?
Yeah.
If someone says stay, I have to
Those
stay.
are the rules. That's the law.
Okay, get on with it then. Hurry up.
Okay. Do you want to do you recap MAFS?
Oh my God. Toothbrush in the toilet. Cheating scandal. What do you even? And then Lizzie. This week has been insane.
Yeah.
That guy's shirt.
The shirt is
the green.
Okay, there's
shirt.
a lot of attention placed on the toilet brush and the toothbrush in the toilet, which obviously not ideal.
Neil.
Not best practice with hygiene, sure.
But then the shirt.
The shirt
was much worse.
that's worse.
Yeah.
So much worse.
And
we
what
know
was
about
an amazing deflection with all of this was like the cheating scandal.
Yeah, I know.
Like Hayley did an amazing like manipulation of that narrative.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like toilet brushing. Sorry, what is it? Toothbrush and toilet? Not as bad.
Really? I think it's.
You think it's worse?
Well, it's just
I mean,
a
I feel
different
like
category.
I feel like he was not justified, but he had a really, he was really upset and he had a reason.
Yeah, but you don't get
for
to
doing
do
what
that.
he did.
No, you don't get to do that. But I think in the scheme of things, cheating on your television husband.
Yeah, like they're just complete category
Alex,
differences.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you.
I mean, what he did was fucking weird, and
But she could
obviously.
he put it back. Like it's only by dumb luck that she found out and didn't brush her teeth with it, which could have given her like who knows
sorry,
what works in the toilet. No.
It's only by sorry. Here's the other thing though. It's only by dumb luck that he found out she was cheating on him.
But she didn't. Yeah. Look, it's not great.
She didn't. What were you about to say? Finish your sentence. She didn't really cheat.
Well, no, she didn't. Like, it was not. If you've got a scale of cheating and it's all cheating, it wasn't like Inez and or Jess. Like it wasn't like last season's cheating in the same way.
It was from Michael
only
though,
because
and
we
she's
didn't
supposed
see
to
it
be
on
friends with
camera.
Stacey.
We didn't know what the
Yeah.
build up to it was like, like that was very much all done in front of the audience. Who knows? But it was fucking good television.
Yeah, it was.
It was so intense. And Stacey trying to piece it all together and be like, I'm a lawyer. I need evidence. It was like, you're not going to get any.
That's not how this
You
works.
just need to trust that your extremely scumbag seeming husband is probably a scumbag. It's
Who has
just a
done
vibe.
nothing but do scumbag things since you met him.
Yeah.
That could be part of his character.
Yeah. it
But
was
he's
incredible.
rich. But he's rich.
Is he
Because
rich?
remember how she was completely not into him until she found out, like, she was at the reception and her friend said, I've just Googled him and he's got, like, he runs what is it? An ice business or something. And I mean, when I say ice, I mean legitimate ice, I assume, as opposed to the other. And he, and they're like, he must be worth millions or something. Because I think he has got money.
He's got a giant watch. His watch is bigger
Yeah.
than his wrist.
And then she was kind of like, well, maybe I misjudged him. Basically, immediately.
He's such a creature, man.
Oh, mate, he is crazy. But that shirt, I can't get past it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I really, truly
The
cannot
shirt
get past
plus
that shirt.
the toilet toothbrush, I think, is worse than cheating together.
I just want to know where it came from. Was that like a bespoke? Was that an order? Like, he's like, I'm going on TV. I really need like a Riddler shirt.
Well, because there's been there's the question mark shirt on The Bachelor New Zealand.
True. Is that another thing that men are doing now?
What are they doing? Right to the real pod.
Send a letter.
Send us. I don't even know how.
Oh, my God. Okay, and now
okay,
the Scrabble.
So, Kathy turned up half an hour early. She was softly singing.
Can we just a minute? For those who don't know, Kathy Casey is twofold famous.
She's an Auckland councillor and Alex Casey's mum. She's got a
Yeah.
lovely Scottish accent. She'd badgered me into this, but I also extremely wanted it. To be clear, she arrived half an hour early before the referee did, and she was just an amazing presence in the office. She just stood looking out at the window, looking out for Liz, and she softly sang, "Can you feel the love tonight?" Which I feel like was it was just like perfect. It just got in my head so badly. I was like, only the most confident person in the world would do that. Like it's so hard being in someone else's workplace at the best of times.
Yeah.
You feel so uncomfortable, and she's so comfortable that she's like singing.
Yeah.
And that song, like a great power ballad.
Alex, can I just say, I love your parents. I've eaten your dad's banana cake.
That's
I've met
right.
your mother. She's given us a lovely tour of her office.
Oh, yeah.
But also your dad is in the corner and
Oh,
comments on things,
oh,
and it's
no.
just the greatest. It really is.
He said that he commented in that big long thread, which was very lovely, of all the Alex Casey appreciation thread, like I had died. And he commented saying, now I'm weeping. Like, Dad,
Oh, Dad.
get out of it.
No, get back in.
But yes, and
Anyway,
to be
sorry,
clear,
carry
I
on.
was not present for any of the. I was doing some on the rag business, as it were, and all night. And so I only came in briefly, and it was extremely exciting.
So they had like this crazy professional get up, like a board on a Lazy Susan with these like bespoke Nigerian tiles and a different typeface. They had this
on.
amazing what?
Sorry, so the board on the Lazy Susan, is that in it to enable you to get angles?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because you've only got 25 minutes each to play, and I'd never played. This is like the international rules, and Liz is like a world-class referee, and there's this little machine that keeps time, and there's all these arcane rules, and I didn't. So basically, I got just incredible letters, and she got total garbage letters, and I just had this amazing run, and I got up by 100 points. And I had heaps of time left, and it was like I was unimaginably just dominating. And like Alex has played her, I don't know, about a million times and beaten her once. So like I was just like, this is incredible. Like I just knew that it was a once in a generation opportunity, just that had fallen out of a clear blue sky to inflict a beating on Kathy, who, by the way, talks nonstop, shit talks nonstop. And so I was like real excited. And I got cocky and I did like a joke word. I did lardo in tribute to Rachel Smalley's infamous on mic gaffe, which isn't a word.
No.
She challenged it, took it off, and then used that opening. And then I started to panic that I was running out of time because I thought that the fact that she was behind me on time, I'd been told that there was like 10 points a minute, and I was trying to do these calculations. I don't really know the rules. And so I opened up the board instead of playing defensively. She put down clustered as a 7-letter word score.
Bingo.
Just bingo. She got 80 points. She tried to get 100, and Liz was like, made her recount it. She was just trying to sneak an extra 20 points. Classic Kathy. And ended up beating me by like 30 or 40 points. But
oh my God.
It was such a tense and amazing game.
What a saga.
I need to clarify the 25-minute time limit thing. How does that...
You've got 25 minutes each, and as soon as you put down your letters and say your points total, you hit a button, and then it flicks to their 25 minutes.
So you've got 25 minutes to come up with a word each time?
No,
for the whole game.
Total for the whole game.
Right, okay.
It's a good amount of time. It's
both
actually fine, but it does... You can use your time. Like, it's not heaps of time, but it's enough.
And there's no limit per play of time, so someone could take their sweet time.
You could take 10 minutes on one and then do 3 in 20 seconds each. But you've got to remember that
you've got
your
25 minutes. Right, got it. I thought like the game total, 25 minutes, and both got it. I'm with you.
It's real fun. Like I want to play competitive
That changes
Scrabble
everything.
now. Oh, it was so mean. And then we played another game afterwards, which was like me, Josie Adams, and Alice Webb-Little from the spin-off, like a spin-off team against the Mount Albert Scrabble Club, which is A-ranked Liz and C-ranked, but still ranked, Kathy Casey, Councillor Kathy Casey. And they beat us, but only by 100 points, which, you know, in the scheme of things, I was like, I thought that was respectable. We got over 300. So it was an amazing night, and I'm now going to start a spin-off Scrabble Club.
Incredible. What a great outcome.
Amazing.
I can't believe Lardo was your downfall.
I know.
It's so amazing.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's
got
always
cocky,
the joke
Duncan.
play.
You got
the
cocky.
joke play, you got to be careful.
Lardo, though, I just assumed that it was a common insult because she'd said it, even though I don't think I've ever heard anyone else say it.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, that's our podcast. Thank you very much to everyone who's listened, who's made it to the end. Thank you to Nando's. Thank you to Tina. And thank you, Alex Casey in a wig and Duncan Grief.
I like the
Jane.
fact that we haven't explained why she's in a wig.
No.
I can't be
Nor should
bothered.
we. Just assume that I'm wearing a wig every podcast and we don't need to talk about it.
All right.
Bye.
Lovely extensions. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Talo for Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spinoff. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spinoff member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Kia ora, I'm Alex Casey, senior writer at The Spinoff. We wouldn't exist without the ongoing support of our generous members. If you're able to, you can make a donation at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.